what if like someone's just thinking right now, listening, that they're like, what's wrong with that? What am I hurting by being really emotional about? This is something I really believe in. This is something I'm really emotional about. This is right and wrong. I need to say this. Like, what are the damages? Like, what would be the benefit of being calm and being these things? I mean, this is just how I am.
Well, I also think there's a difference between emotional about it and passionate. Nothing wrong with being passionate about it. If you're passionate about politics, if you're passionate about things in your life, that's a great thing. Emotional means that you're really hijacked by those emotions. So you're the more stressed and reactive and dysregulated we get about a thing, like the angrier we get, the less we're able to think clearly. So it actually makes your arguments probably going to be less tangible because you're not able to think clearly and provide the right kind of information that you need to do. I always kind of find is like when I see people yelling and screaming their arguments, your brain's naturally going to be paying attention to the yelling and screaming, but not the words that are coming out of your mouth. So we're not listening to the important information you might be sharing. We're paying attention to the angry face, the scowl, the tension, the raised voice, and not what the information is. So when you're angry, you're threatening to my brain. And like when you're yelling and screaming and being really emotional about it, that puts my brain, my lower systems on edge and stressed. And so now I'm really trying to figure out, am I safe here? If you really want me to hear what you say, you want me in a safe space. So when you attack me and say that I'm some type of negative thing because of the way I believe, you're taking me from a safe place and into an unsafe place. And so when I'm in an unsafe place, I am less likely to listen to you and hear what you have to say, and more likely to react back, shut down, or whatever. All things that are really unproductive and not helpful.
And unfortunately, one thing that just came to my mind is, and it's what Janice talked about in the first therapy talk, is some people might say, well, people need to stop being so sensitive. They need to stop. They need to suck it up. I mean, it's an opinion. You don't like what I have to say because I'm right. That kind of thinking as well. And can you explain a little bit too about how we might explain what projection is, how we might even be projecting things on people and we don't even know that we're doing it?
You're kind of taking your own emotional experience and putting it on, somebody else. Like we get angry about the very things that we struggle with. So we're getting, maybe angry with people that have similar issues that they're dealing with. So maybe like if I'm really sad and depressed, I get angry at other people that are depressed because, but I don't recognize that within myself. It's kind of a defense mechanism or, those types of things. But what I would say to that person that says, people just need to suck it up and be sensitive, and there's two things. Number one, what's your goal in trying to speak that to me? Are you wanting me to be receptive to your information? Because if you're wanting me to be receptive to your information, you should be thinking about, how am I going to be most receptive? Am I going to be most receptive to you by your attacks? Or am I going to be receptive to you by having a good conversation, calm, regulated conversation, where we allow each other to talk, and we share each other's points of view, and we seek to understand the other person's point of view? Or I just want you I want to force you into my way of thinking.
And no one likes that. The irony is no one likes that done to them.
If I did that to that same person who's saying that, they would have a problem with that. The other thing is that really the only way we know how to communicate with people? Like, do we have to be aggressive in the way we communicate people? Is that the only way that you can get your point across? So oftentimes in terms of that projection, why am I getting so upset about this? I need to kind of look at kind of myself and go, what is going on? Because I can't imagine, and maybe, I can't imagine that people are enjoying that experience of being angry. There can be kind of a neurological reward if I'm, doing that. And so the brain prefers what's familiar to what's good, so it can get very reinforced by things that are not necessarily healthy. And so, if I yell and scream at someone and they back down and go away, my brain might interpret that as, oh, I really showed them, and then that's very rewarding, when in reality it's not very productive. That person says, I'm just don't want to be a part of that.
What's the goal?
It's not healthy for me, so I'm just gonna get out of this. I realize, because I've had those situations where I'm like on social media and I'm ready to engage and I'm going, no,
Yeah.
what am I thinking?
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's not healthy, it's not productive, and I'm just going to get angrier. I'm just going to get all more fired up.